everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm super excited because I love the little cozy, sorry, allegedly is literally, yep. Come back, babe. As you know, recently I've made it my mission to make my videos a little bit more cozy. I am a very wintry, very cozy person, so I didn't want to use my studio lights. I tried it out, I just used my light, my colored lights, and people really loved it. So if you love it, yay. If you hate it, I'm sorry about that. So I'm on a beanbag on the floor. I bought this just so that we could have another cozy vibe. So pull up your drink, pull up your tea, get your favorite snack, because we gotta talk, right? We got to talk. And it's gonna be about Tana Mongeau and James Charles. And Gage. Do you remember Gage? That's probably a name you haven't heard in a while. So he was the one who catfished, tried to trick James Charles. It was a very messy timeline that no one really followed properly. So all I'm gonna say is, allegedly, he tried to pretend to be James Charles' boyfriend, allegedly, so that he could get into Coachella, and then allegedly, James knew that he was just trying to social climb, so allegedly, from that, it got messy. Gage was cut off, and him and James started subtweeting about each other, and it was a whole ass mess that happened around Coachella time. Now, in my opinion, Coachella seems like one of the least enjoyable things in the entire world. You cannot tell me that you see all these posts from your favorite influencers at Coachella, and you're like, wow, I want to go there. No, I see it and I'm like, that looks crowded, that looks drama-filled. Well, I would like it because of that, I'm not gonna lie. I like the new drama. And what I associate Coachella with is like a mini dramageddon, because there's always something, let me tell you, always something that happens. So, this time around, it was James Charles was kind of flaunting his new man, who was Gage at this time. His name is spelled G-A-G-E. I think that's Gage, if I'm not saying that right. I literally don't care. I'm so sorry. I don't know who this man is. So everyone thought him and James were dating, and it was kind of hinted at, and then the guy was just using James and cut off. So, smart decision on James' behalf to get rid of him. But, as we're all aware as well, James Charles and Tana Mongeau were good friends along the time of James's peak and Tana's peak. Back in the day, if you know what I mean. Tana has kind of gone off into mainstream media, which is the weirdest thing because, of course, media would fucking love her. I think after she dated Bella Thorne was whenever she started getting into more mainstream media, and for James Charles, he's just kind of blown up on YouTube. So, James is at his peak, I think, now. And I never like saying people have hit their peak. I have said that a lot, but I think we constantly hit our... Anyway, we're constantly hitting our peak. Allegedly. Felt like an allegedly moment. So Tana and James did a bunch of collabs together, and I have a bunch of videos talking about their friendship and what went wrong. In my opinion, it never seemed like a friendship that was ever gonna last. Let's be real. All they did was make fun of each other, but here's the thing, me and my friends make fun of each other, but like, Tana and James's jokes were like really harsh and like really hitting deep, and almost no laughter from the other person after the joke was said, so you knew that it was hitting deep. And then Tana kind of dropped James, and then James kind of dropped Tana, and it was so messy. And it's never a friendship, in my opinion, that was gonna last, because James Charles to me comes off as someone who loves business and loves being on time, and Tana Mongeau is the complete opposite of that. So obviously, whenever they're doing collabs and stuff, you kind of put two and two together and realize that she was probably late, and then let's be real. And Tana really just dropped James like that whenever the Dramageddon happened last year. If you think about it, she was one of the first ones to really denounce him, like, immediately. And then there was kind of like Emma, and they've made up, and we're gonna talk about that. There was the Dolan twins, there was Jeffrey, there was... James was getting dropped like that, and one of the people was Tana Mongeau, and then from there, they've just never wanted to talk about each other again. James Charles went on the Logan Paul podcast, and on that, he was asked about Tana Mongeau, and he was like, oh, I don't know what she's doing, and then they were like, is there drama there? Let's talk about her, and he was like, we don't need to talk about it, which literally just shows us that they're not in good terms as friends. But honestly, if I was James, I wouldn't want to be friends with Tana either. Honestly, now would I want to be friends with Tana? No. Just as Adam? No. Girl's a fucking mess. Girl, we're still waiting for them fucking apology videos. That docu-series you're making on yourself with your life coach. But something that's really shady that Tana Mongeau has been doing is this. And not a lot of people are talking about it, right? It's kind of just like, oh yeah, that's the norm. And it makes me feel some sort of way. Considering, right, for a little bit of backstory, that Tana and James were like best friends at a time, okay? And Tana was aware of the James scandals. She was also aware of the situation at Coachella with the boy. Tana Mongeau has been posting non-stop with Gage. You know the fucking, the Coachella boy. She has literally been posting non-stop like video. I think they're like fucking besties now, or like a fucking BFFs forever, or BFFLS, like, best friends forever. Oh, I messed that up. Best friends forever for life. How the fuck? I don't fucking... Anyway. So Tana's been posting with this Gage boy literally non-stop. Now keep in mind that Gage was also exposed by his ex-girlfriend for cheating on her or something as well. Like, it was so messy. And then the ex-girlfriend came forward defending James Charles, saying that Gage actually did lead James on. It was fucking... It was like, God, this bear is going to be worn out by the end of this video. So yes, all these videos of Gage and Tana just laughing together. They go out to clubs together. It's like, kind of weird, right? And I think it's kind of weird because Tana and James can, like, not be friends, right? Do we care? Probably not. But whenever Tana is, like, actively going and getting and becoming friends with the people that literally tried to ruin James's, like, perception and public perception or appearance, whatever, is weird to me. What's she gonna do now? I was about to say be friends with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, but she already is! Y'all, we are seeing a running pattern here with Miss Tana Mongeau. In multiple things. And I also think, just from James Charles's perspective, how much of a slap in the face, for no reason, right? Like, this didn't have to happen, is this? And this is the big thing we need to talk about, because she is pushing Gage. It was kind of just exposed over time that the reason Gage wanted to be with James, was very obvious anyway, was to social climb and use his numbers and get fame through that way. So the fact that Tana is giving Gage that, right? He's social climbing through Tana, what he wanted to do through James, but Tana's obviously doing it as a to James, but in the process, this boy is just social climbing off of Tana, which is what he wanted to do to James. So Tana is like trying to be like, oh, fuck you to James, but like she's the one getting used. Allegedly. Right? Either way, this Gage boy had his mission fucking clear and landed it because he's able to use all these fucking dumbass influencers as social climb, be their friend, use them for a couple of years and fuck off, you know what I mean? Like, this is a running pattern. And there's always like these new people and names who are introduced who were like, who the fuck is Gage? Like, who is this? And then we're like, oh, it's Tana Mongeau's friend. Oh, it's the one that used James Charles. You know what I mean? And then social climb. Then a few years, Gage comes out with his own YouTube channel. Gage is popular. Then fucking James Charles is on the demise. Tana Mongeau's on the demise 20 years from now. And Gage is on the fucking uprise. Yeah, I'm kidding. But like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, they go down because he social climbed off them. And then he's now at the top. Not gonna happen. Let's be real. This Gage boy has the fucking personality of a cardboard box. But like, in theory, that's what normally would happen with social climbing. And we've seen so many people trying to social climb off James as well. Fuck. Mate, I'm gonna need to leave you up here a second. See, look how much cozier this is. I fucking love it. So I asked my subscribers, I said, opinions on Tana Mongeau hanging out with a kid who used James Charles last Coachella. Answers read in a video, because you know I got you. And also, I just want to say that not only is Tana posting videos of Gage on her story, she's like tagging him. You know what I mean? Like, the tag is there. He's doing a great job at social climbing. Natalia said, we all know Tana's a terrible friend. Leah said, why did I get the feeling she's just another Jeffree Star in the making? Now, honestly, I get this comment a lot with people saying that there's a pattern of behavior with Tana and Jeffree, and that people are saying that's why they're so good together. What do you think about that? Claire's Universe said she's like Trish. If the internet isn't talking about her, she makes it talk about her. Now people are gonna be like, ah, you're reaching with this. Let's be real, whenever she was posting with Gage, a lot of people were like, this is shady, this is fucked up, girl, you're better than this. But then again, it's Tana, so is she better than it? Olivia said he's just trying to get his name back in the media. It's a yearly thing for him. Yeah, so James was last year, Tana is this year. Who's next year? Shane? Jeffree? Place your bets. Analog Winter said, my standards for Tana are so low that not only am I not surprised by this, because why would you? Lowest is what for Tana? 0. But it's a sigh of relief that she's not up to something worse at the moment. Well, she is working on her docuseries about her being problematic, so... and calling other people out for the things that she does. Maya said, damn, I feel bad for James. He has some horrible friends. I hope he never talks to these people. And now... this is my thing with James. I feel really bad that he's continuously been in this situation with, like, bad people. And you can't say that, oh, James is toxic too, which is why you can't attack the friends. And normally, I would let that apply for, like, if he's being problematic or being a little bitch or whatever. But when it comes to friends or whatever, honestly, you can't really put the pattern of behavior down to him, in my opinion, anyway, just because he has fame, he has money, so people are gonna backpack off that. And he has clout. So you can't just be like, oh, he's a bad person. this is a common theme that people are using him. How about that people just want to use him? You know what I mean? It's a horrible thought, and it happens. I don't think James is at fault here. Fireheart said she'll go crying to Shane because she's hurt or something went wrong. Yeah, and we'll get another TanaCon series. Rhea said, I've got a funny feeling she'll be just like Shane and Jeffree. Literally, I'm getting this comment so much. Sohail said, soon he will be a millionaire. That's how idiotic these viewers are. And yeah, the clout will work, Gage's numbers will go up. That's why they do it. People are calling Tana Toothbrush Tana. Eat me with a toothbrush. Oh my god, so many people are calling her Toothbrush Tana. Stop! I mean, continue, I love it. My Christmas tree was dispatched! Yes! Sorry, I got a notification. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Claire said either she's trying to throw shade at James, which I believe it is, but you can have some other opinion, or this person is just trying to use her too, which I believe is happening as well, but she's letting it. Either way, it's a bad look for her. Then again, nothing is a good look for Tana these days.
Allegedly.
Caroline said, that guy cheated on his girlfriend and was really nasty towards her. He's trash.
Allegedly.
I have heard some really bad stories about this guy. Rhea said, Tana better be careful as there's no Shane Dawson to revive her career this time. Patra said, Tana as in Tana, Shane's friend, question mark. What else did anyone expect from her? Maybe Gage will soon hang out with Shane, Jeffree, or Trisha next. After all, they're just birds from the same flock. OLA. Sunflower Volume said, Tana just can't stop being problematic. It's an addiction to her. My Life Story said, I've never cared about Tana, but I'm not gonna start caring now. No Name said, LOL, to be honest, I completely forgot about Coachella Dude. And that's all he's referred to as, Coachella Dude. But you know what? He's hanging out with these people, his name's being tagged, and soon he will be probably a big YouTuber. Mari said she's the type to do anything to stay relevant. Did we forget how she fell in love with a man who only saw her as income after his Team 10 house became non-existent? Whoa, whoa, oh my god, Gabby Hanna, whoa. People are saying that Tana's been hanging out with this guy for a while now, and that's just even more shady. Literally, I just feel bad for James, honestly. I have to say, in this situation where he can go online and be tagged in things like, oh, the guy who's using you is now best friends with Tana Mongeau, your ex-friend. It's like, it leads people to believe the narrative that James is the disaster in all these friend groups. And I'm not going to fall into that trap of being like James is a horrible person in friend groups, and that's why people leave him, because I don't honestly think that's what it is. I think people are just using him, then James sees it and kind of drops them. Because James is smart. Let's be real, James Charles is very smart. But either way, Tana Mongeau's a shitty friend. And with the recent behavior, and actually long-time behavior of Tana Mongeau, I think we're seeing that maybe she's not the best person. Maybe, just maybe.
Allegedly.
But that's just my opinion. I mean, it's not my opinion.
Allegedly.
It's just an allegedly statement. Hehe. This bear is gonna be worn out by the end of this fucking year. I'm so sorry. Okay guys, what is your opinion about Tana using the guy who used James? No. The guy who used James is using Tana, but Tana's allowing it and flaunting it on social media as a fuck you to James, in my opinion.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? What's your opinion on that? Just... it's messy for no reason. You know what I mean? Like,